believe me now?
Good evening, fans of the strange and unusual. If you like these types of stories that we share here at the Campfire Story, like and subscribe, because there's more to come. Now, without further ado, here we go. There was a girl named Anna, and her mother. She never knew her father, but she had a little puppy. Her mother just started a new job, required them to move across town. So they got a new house. It was an old house. They were going to fix it up together. Her mother says this will be fun. It will be a project that we could do together. We can make this our own home. And Anna goes, yeah, sure. So that night, Anna brushes her teeth, gets in bed, and asks her mother, where's my puppy? And her mother says, don't know, he's probably just trying to get adjusted to the new house. So Anna says, if you find him, can you put him in my bed? Her mother nods yes, kisses her goodnight, says sweet dreams. Anna goes to bed that night. No puppy. Something doesn't feel right. It feels like something's there with her, but not her mother, not her puppy either. She doesn't know what's going on. So some time passes. She falls asleep, but at 3 a.m. she hears a scratching sound from in her room, wakes her up. She sees a shadow of a figure standing in the corner, scratching the wall. And she doesn't understand what's going on. She's afraid. She screams, and her mother comes rushing in. And the figure darts off into the closet. The closet door slams. And her mother comes rushing in. She says there was a monster here. And her mother says there's no such thing as monsters. She checks under the bed. Nothing. She checks in the closet. It's empty. Just a couple boxes and an air vent. So she goes back to bed, only to be woken up by her closet door creaking open. And the sound of wet dripping. Drip, 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 drip. So she goes. She can't figure out what that dripping is. She hears her closet creaking more and more. Suddenly, this figure darts under her bed. She screams, and her mother comes in. She goes and says, "There's a monster under my bed." So her mother looks under the bed. Well, there's another vent. There's nothing there. It said, "You're probably having a bad dream. There's no such thing as monsters." So she goes back to bed, but she keeps hearing that drip, 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 drip. She can't sleep because all she hears is the drip, 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 drip. She opens the closet, so she gets up out of bed. Something quickly grabs her ankle. She screams again, but at this point her mother's had enough and ignores her and just yells, "Go back to bed." Suddenly, whatever grabbed her ankle let go. She darts over, turns on the lights, and hanging in the closet, the boxes are gone, and the only thing that's there is her puppy, let out with a note that says, "People lick back." She yells for her mother, "Help me, help me. The monster's here." So her mother finally comes in. She says, "You believe me, right? You believe me. Look in the closet." Her mother looks in the closet. The boxes are gone, and the puppy's gone. She can't explain it. Several nights pass. Same old, no puppy. She's convinced it was a bad dream. She puts out food for her puppy every day, thinking that it was just a bad dream. With no sign of her puppy, she doesn't understand. So after several days, that night, she goes back to bed, and her mother weirded out about the missing dog and the monster, the constant sightings of the monster. Her mother, before bed, peeks in on her, sees a hand coming out from under the bed, hands her a leg of her puppy, and she just turns towards her mother. As she turns towards her mother and says, "You believe me now, Mommy, right?" Apparently, she hasn't slept for days and has been being handed parts of her dead puppy from the previous owner of the house, who's been living in the walls. Before her mother can grab her, this lanky, scrawny, bony man that doesn't look human, who scars all over his face. Comes out with a knife. In utter disgust of what's being seen and the smell of what's happening, the smell of the man being so ratchet overwhelms everyone in the room. Takes the knife and slits the little girl's throat, with her last word, her last sentence being, "You believe me now." And then he turns for the mother. She runs, tries to call the police, but her phone's gone. The doors won't open. She turns around. The last thing she sees is a man. The tall, lanky man holding something in his right hand. Something large. It's dripping. Drip, 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 drip. And he says something to her. She's frozen in fear. He holds up what's in his hand. It's the little girl's decapitated head. He says,
You believe me now, Mommy?
Then she breaks down crying. Before hitting the ground, he takes the knife and throws it in her direction. One throw, one blade landing straight between her eyes. No one ever knew. No bodies were ever found. People keep moving into that house, but the owner doesn't move out. And now, the cycle continues. Thank you for listening. Have a nice evening. Make sure to like and subscribe to Campfire Stories. If you have any good stories, make sure to let me know. Have a good one.